U.S. committee is reviewing Zoom's $14.7 billion deal for Five9 on national security grounds. Why would they do this deal? This deal didn't seem that interesting. Just strategically, I didn't like this deal. Once you have the product with these heavy concentrations of product engineering teams in China, for all intents and purposes, should be considered Chinese companies. Full stop.
Going out with a bang, and that's the Zoom bomb. And I don't mean Zoom bombing into someone's Zoom meeting. What I do mean is this ridiculous Five9 acquisition. We called it on the show. Why would they do this deal? This deal didn't seem that interesting. Just strategically, I didn't like this deal. And I've critiqued Zoom's business model because it's linear. It's not a platform. It doesn't have the defensibility that was appropriate for its valuation a while ago when I started talking about how it's linear. It's not in plat because it's not a platform. There's no network effect. There's no supply side lock-in. It's like a not as good Netflix. It's much easier to have really aggressive competition from Google, other tech monopolies, other startups. So it has even less of a moat. It's linear, like Netflix, has even less of a moat than a Netflix does. And what I love about this, but I love what happened. Well, so one thing, it was basically like an all stock deal, even though Zoom has a bunch of cash on its balance sheet. So that was weird. All stock deal. Then the stock crashed because investors realized it's not a platform company, not that defensible, going to be very hard to keep up this level of growth. Stock crashes. Now the deal is upside down because the value of the stock is backwards. Not to mention, here's the best part. A branch of the U.S. Justice Department, finally doing something right, was reviewing the deal out of concern about potential foreign participation, according to a letter dated August 27th that was sent to the FCC. Interesting. U.S. committee is reviewing Zoom's $14.7 billion deal for Five9 on national security grounds. Nailed it. Five9 has operations in Russia, while Zoom has R&D staff in China. Zoom is based in San Jose, California, and founder and CEO Eric Yuan, a native of China, is a U.S. citizen. The company has a significant research and development hub in China, and last year House Speaker Nancy Pelosi referred to Zoom as a Chinese entity during an MSNBC interview. She's 100% correct. We've talked about this on the show for over a year now. This company is only a U.S. company, more so by paperwork than anything in actuality. Product and the engineers are in China. Eric Yuan, he's bragged for years on how they were able to keep their R&D costs so low was because all their engineers were in China. This is a Chinese product with an American sales and marketing poncho wrapped around it. Chinese product. And you can't, as we've seen with TikTok, and we talked about this on the last episode, you can't just separate those things. Where we had Satya from Microsoft talking about the TikTok deal is one of the most bizarre things he's ever looked at, right? How do you legitimately decouple when you have hundreds, if not thousands of product and engineering people working on something? You can't just rip those people up and out of the country of China and then move that code base overseas and expect that to work in any kind of sub 3-year timeline. It doesn't work that way. And so sure enough, TikTok has not changed anything materially on their product development being based in China. We've covered that on the show. Zoom, same story. This stuff, once you have these R&D centers and it's not just R&D, by the way, it's full on product engineering teams. Once you have the product with these heavy concentrations of product engineering teams in China, for all intents and purposes, should be considered Chinese companies. Full stop. Same thing with TikTok. Oh, TikTok's a US company. Come on, right? Oh, yeah, I'll believe that when I believe that China didn't send like 50 warplanes over Taiwan this past weekend. Yeah, are you going to live in reality or not? You can't trust anything that the CCP tells you. You can't trust anything that these companies that have such huge dependencies on China, right, will say. Yes, of course they'll say, yes, we don't need to comply with the CCP. Yes, it's not. Of course, it's a risk, right? If the CCP says do this, they do it. It's how it works. And by the way, every piece of data that comes in and out of that country, you cannot expect to have any level of security or non-compliance by these companies, whether they're registered as a US company or not. You just can't. So I love the fact that certain regulatory authorities in this country are waking up to that inherent risk that can't just be duct tape over. You can't just, oh yeah, let's just wave our wand. Zoom, yeah, just move your engineering. Not gonna work. Hi, I'm Alex. Thanks for watching the show. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, but even better, make sure to follow us on Odyssey, follow us on Rumble, and text us 203-646-5159. Text the word Monopoly. You'll be subscribed. You'll get updates about when we're going live, our latest videos, and we'll send you even a little goodie bag. And in the event that we all get banned from big tech, we'll still be connected.